Hello. Hello. How are we doing tonight or this morning or this afternoon? What is up, baby? And here we go. And the chat's working. And the chat's working. I didn't forget from last time. What's up, baby? I missed you all so platonically. You have no idea. You have no idea, dude. Platonically toe tickling. These are the kinds of comments I see when I upload a video. I see platonically toe tickling, platonically ball tickling. I came here as platonically as I could. I platonically finished all over my screen. I see all sorts of comments when I upload, bro. And I make it a point to at least read all the comments for the first like hour or two, which is why like you see me hearting all the comments like when I first upload a video. Some of the shit you guys say, oh my God. Let's just say I love every single one of you. What is up? What's up? So yeah, today we're going to be playing, not playing. Well, yeah, we will be playing actually. Look, here's what we're going to do. Here's the plan. The plan is we're going to be going through this insane thing that happened in the Helldivers 2 community. You might have heard of it. I had no idea. Sure, I saw some tweets here and there, but it's my community that really told me about it. So shout outs to the people in the suggestions channel on my Discord. Make sure to join it if you haven't yet. Links in the description. But yeah, so it's insane. It's someone who wanted to do something cool to give back, you know, and just ended up being doxxed, had his life ruined for absolutely no reason. Yeah, so we're going to be going through that. And the mods of the subreddit didn't help. The community manager didn't help. So all around, it's just a catastrophe, right? So we're going to do that. And also, after this, I will attempt to play Highguard. Okay? Listen, this is the last day. Highguard is shutting down. Highguard is shutting down. I don't know if you saw my last video, but Highguard, this is it. We're March 12th. Highguard is shutting down. This is the last day. We're going to launch it. Attempt. There's 500 players, bro. Honestly, I think you guys have a high chance to queue up with me. There's only 500 players on Steam right now. Think about this. 500. Big emphasis on attempt. Yes, the plan is going to be to end the stream on YouTube once I'm done talking about the Helldivers situation and move on to Twitch. This is why I'm saying attempt. Attempt. Okay? Attempt. I should be able to go live there. I don't know. I just can't dual stream for some reason. The shit's not working. But yeah, we're going to go on Twitch. If any of you American motherfuckers watching my stream, if you see an ad on Twitch that's gambling, you DM me on Discord. I will never go live on that platform again. But it's worth trying once at least. I could legit just try and dual stream right now. Start. Connecting. Anytime now. It still says connecting. It still says connecting, dude. Don't break my YouTube stream at least, please. Yeah, it's not live. It's it's not. Failed to connect the server. Yeah, I don't know why that happens. I don't know. I feel like the only way to really do this is to stream on Twitch primarily and boot up the YouTube stream next. But since I stream on YouTube primarily, yeah, anyway. Crazy Weird Girl, great name. Great name. Good afternoon, Mujan. Hope you're healthy and okay. Thank you. I am now. Thanks so much for the 2 months. Always a good day with Mujan streams. Hell yeah, Lithic Rat. Hell yeah. So yeah, dude, I've been February was rough, dude. It was rough. In a nutshell, bro, I was planning my whole content on the fact that I was leaving for the last 10 days of February to go to a friend's wedding in Vietnam. That was the plan. Valen, thanks so much for the 20 gifted. Yo, thank you. Hello from Turkey, merhaba. So yeah, that was the whole plan. And so, you know, right, I don't know if you know about like Vietnam, but like you're meant to get an e-visa. For most countries in the world, you're meant to get an e-visa, except for a select few European countries, they can go without anything. So my friend was like, guys, don't worry. It's super simple. You just go on the website, you put in a couple things and you get it. You just got to pay $25. Cool. I didn't believe him. But cool. Yeah, sure. So, you know, I do it. My friends do it, whatever. We all fill it out the same exact way. A few days go by. They say they want more information. Okay, cool. I give my bank account. I give my reservation at the hotel. I don't know what they wanted exactly. Like I gave everything. And so what ended up happening was they kept saying more info, more info. You could only link 3 images maximum. You couldn't even link a PDF. You couldn't even do any, like the website is very outdated. It's very like it leaves a lot to be desired. And so, you know, attempt after attempt after attempt, it just wasn't working. Everyone else I knew got approved. I wasn't getting approved. I was like, no, come on, it can't be my nationality, right? Like, come on, right? So usually you got scammed, didn't you? No. It was the official website, dude. It was the official website. Valen, thanks so much for the 4 months. Southie, thank you. Imagine getting scammed. I didn't get scammed, bro. Listen. So they have a number, but it's a Vietnamese number. And so when you call that number, first off, you're charged astronomical rates. And it's very hard to actually like get someone to answer, as you might guess. So my friend was amazing. He did not want to give up at all, dude. He did not want to give up at all. He was like, no, we're going to try this. We're going to try that. So he got one of his, well, soon to be bride's family members in Vietnam to go directly to the visa center and ask about my file. And he actually got a hold of the guy who handled my file directly. And so he was like, dude, what's up? Why are you refusing him? Like, there's all this info. What's going on? Guy was just fucking straight, man. He was like, let me check the file. And he was like, oh, yeah, I don't know what to tell you, man. This nationality is blacklisted. Anyway, yeah, February was definitely very interesting. That's all I'm going to say, bro. That's all I'm going to say. Yo, John Enriquez with the 50 Swiss francs. Thank you so much. They don't want to give Mujan a little motion. Yeah, dude, it is what it is. First time live, love your stuff, your voice pitch and talk speed are perfect for when I do things low planically. Go get a Powerade. Thank you so much, particularly Krillrius. My official guess is Somalia. Dude, no, it's not Somalia. So yeah, so you know, of course, like he asked more questions and stuff, and pretty much this was the conclusion. Because there were a couple people of my nationality that got accepted. So it wasn't true what he was saying. He just wanted to avoid like the responsibility. But he did explain how the system worked. And when you actually apply on it for an e-visa, it's either going to be completely automated or it'll go through human review. It's luck based. It's entirely luck based. I don't know what it looks for, but it's entirely luck based. So unfortunately, I was unlucky enough to have a human review me. And I guess they have instructions. When a human reviewer comes across my nationality, they just kill it. It is what it is, man. Not Somalia. I did so much deep dive. No, it's not Somalia. It's not Somaliland either. Karasana, thanks so much for the 2. Says meow back. Mujin, just because it was the official government site doesn't mean it was a scam. You are paying the foreigner tax, bro. Listen. I don't think you understand how much documentation I had to work throughout my life. Okay. All right. I don't think you understand how much paperwork I had to fill out throughout my life. I can't get scammed with shit like this. It was the official website. It was the official. It literally said evisa.gov.vn or whatever the fuck. It was the official website. It was the same website everyone used. So yeah, it wasn't that wasn't the problem. And $25, really? I saw websites that were charging 80 euros for a fucking visa, right? Now that's a scam. $25 is the country. But yeah. So but then the thing is, right? As I was seeing my friends go, and I was like, damn, fuck, whatever, dude. It is what it is. We tried everything. A couple days go by and I get sick. You know, February was an amazing month, bro. And it wasn't the kind of sickness, like, whatever. It wasn't an infection. It was a virus. So you have to actually wait it out. You can't get an antibiotic. But also, it was nasal, which means it reached my throat, which means my voice was busted, which means I couldn't. Dude, oh my God. When my voice gets busted, I genuinely start sounding like fucking those Valorant e-boys, bro. Hey, how are you? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just cringe. It sounds like I'm forcing it. So yeah, you know, here we are today, dude. How can a Mujin... I didn't get scammed, dude. Oh my God. We literally went... Like, my friend sent someone to the official visa center in Vietnam, bro. Like, if we got scammed, then they would have been like, we don't see no folder. They found it. And we... Should I admit this on stream? We attempted to bribe the guy, but he was like, nope. Chinese New Year is tomorrow. I'm out of here. I don't give a fuck if you give me $100. So what the fuck were we supposed to do? Anyway, dude, whatever, man. Look, I missed out on the wedding. It is what it is, dude. They didn't even accept bribery because they were like, yo, Chinese New Year's coming up. I don't give a fuck about your dumbass file, bro. So, platonically admits to bribery. Bro, that's how you get shit done in Southeast Asia. Come on, let's not pretend like we don't know how it goes, okay? You want something done in Southeast Asia, you don't go and you're like, excuse me, can you? No, you're like, yo, yo, oops, I dropped something. Oops. If you pick it up, maybe you can keep it. Anyway, can you get this document done for me? So yeah, that was interesting. That was interesting. So here we are. Oh yeah, and obviously the world is at war, and we're about to witness the apocalypse and this World War III. And oh yeah, just a small little detail. So yeah, you know, it is what it is. But we're here now. Just released a video, streaming now. Gonna be also releasing one of those like long yap videos on Stacked within the next 24 hours. And definitely gonna start working on the next video soon. I don't know what the topic is gonna be yet, but yeah. So here we are. So this is the plan. Now that most of you are here, just as a recap, we're gonna go through the Helldivers 2 shit, and then after that, I'm gonna attempt to play Highguard. They said March 12th. I'm assuming midnight March 12th. So US time. So we still have some time. Okay. So yeah. Every single African country, I think, depending on the African country, because there's a lot of countries in Africa, you'd have a better chance than me. Yeah, I think so, right? Like, maybe not Somalia, maybe not Sudan at the moment. They're going through a fucking war. But definitely not the Western Sahara, because they're not recognized by except like, what is it, like 1 or 2 countries? Anyway, whatever. That was the fun story. Okay, guys. All right. It was fun. Whatever. It's probably for the best, right? Like, of course, I was pissed initially because I had tickets and shit. I had an Airbnb. Like, I did lose money on that. But, my mentality is if something you really want doesn't end up happening, probably for the best. Probably for the best. You see it all the time, right? You see it all the time. Like people, for example, will get laid off or fired, and then they end up making a company and become millionaires. And it's like, damn, I'm glad I got fucking fired, even though I really didn't want that to happen. Or you're going to go on a trip the next day, and all of a sudden, well, the best example to give is a plane crashes, but that doesn't really happen often. All right. Guys, if you really want to know where I'm from, 1 million subs. 1 million. Dude, okay, before I get into the Helldivers shit, I do have an update. After 1 year, after 1 fucking year, someone finally looked at my citizenship application in France. After 1 year, someone finally looked at it. Crazy, bro. Insane. Finally, it's going somewhere, bro. Now, of course, you might think to yourself, why would you become French? Why would you curse yourself with something like this? Dude, listen, I don't have an explanation for you, okay? I don't. I just like, I guess I'm a masochist. But yeah, after 1 fucking year, bro, it got, the documents were like, okay, this looks valid. The next step, though, bro, the next bureaucratic nightmare, it is. Anything in Europe is. The next step is the interview. That's the hardest part. They can ask you very simple questions like, oh, name 5 rivers in France. Or, when was the law for abortion passed in the Constitution? Now that's fucking, yeah. It can really go, but it depends on the mood of the guy or the girl interviewing you. It really depends on their mood, whether they want to see you get fucked or not. But overall, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be very interesting. They did pass a new thing in the beginning of this year where you also need to do another test at the same time. I technically don't have to do it because I applied last year, but I did it anyway because my lawyer recommended I do it. It was like a 45-minute test with 40 questions. You're meant to get 34 to pass. Bro, listen, not to flex or anything, okay? Listen, I sucked at high school. I sucked in middle school. I sucked everywhere academically. Let me just flex this one time, bro. I finished this, I was first to finish this test. Finished it in 12 minutes. And I passed. Bro, I got out the fucking room immediately. I was like, I'm not wasting my time here. Let's fucking go, baby. Listen, I'm already French. Whether you like it or actually, that's not a good thing. I'm not French. I'm not French. Listen, forget about it. Anyway, let's just get right into this shit, bro. Let's just forget about it, man. Just fucking forget about it. Let me just switch this shit real quick. How do I do this? Yeah, let me just switch this shit. No. And there we go. Why am I? Where am I? Oh, there. Okay. Hi. Hello. Hello. No French person would say bro that many times. Dude, I don't think you guys understand how French people speak English. It'll make you shoot. I mean, it'll make you anyway. Clearly Egyptian. You're Sobek, the Nile crocodile god. Get the fuck out of here, bro. My finals were canceled because of the war. I don't know if I should be happy or worried. I see that you're donating dirhams. So, hey, dude. Hey, hope you're staying safe. Hope you're staying safe. Someone in the chat was like, dox yourself now. You guys like the tabs? Someone said nerd. Thank you for the 2. Someone said name 10 women. Bro, here's jokes on you. I can't even name 10 men. I can't even name 10 men. Welcome to the ADHD gang, Mujin, one of us. Yeah, dude. I don't even. I'm not diagnosed, but I do have a fucking attention problem. So as you can see, do you guys like the tabs, dude? Do you guys like the tabs? Are you satisfied with the number of tabs? So yeah, after we get through this, we're gonna launch Highguard and attempt to play. How many players right now on its last day? Whoa, 500. It's peaking. Oh my god. Huge. All right, let's get into this. You named at least 10 men in your vids. Did I? Oh, yeah. Like, if you, oh, true. Well, it's not their real names. It's not their real names, bro. You know? If I'm going to name someone, it has to be a historical figure. I'm not going to go like, I don't know, Pirate Software. Well, actually, I know his name. It's Thor Hall. Shit. Anyway, let's get into it platonically. Name 10 US presidents. I can't do that shit. John F. Kennedy, Abraham Lincoln, George Washington, Barack Obama, George W. Bush, H.W. Bush, Joe Biden, Donald Trump. Shit, two more. Fuck. FDR. Roosevelt, right? Yeah, FDR. And one more. Shit. Guys, I'm not looking at chat, bro. I'm not cheating. One more. Fuck. What was that one guy who like took a bullet and No, not Abraham Lincoln. Whatever, man. Whatever. You get the point. 9 out of 10 for someone who's not American. Carter. That's good. Andrew Jackson. Yeah. Nixon. Oh, fuck. Nixon. How did I miss Nixon? Or Reagan. Why did I miss Reagan? Anyway, Reagan I came up with myself. Listen, bro. Yeah, I came up with 10 precedents. All right. I'm not even American. Now ask an American that question. Okay? Ask a fucking American that question, bro. You missed Bill Clinton? Fuck, you're right. I did. How can I miss Bill Clinton, bro? I did not have sexual relations with that woman. How could I? Damn. Bro, listen, when you're under pressure on stream with so many people watching you, your brain starts to delete shit. You can't control it. You know, Bill Kitten. Anyway, bro. Yeah, let's get into this, guys. Now, name 10 Sudanese presidents. I can't name one. Anyway, let's get into this shit, bro. Why is the first thing I hear I did not have sexual relations with that woman? Because we're talking about Bill Clinton, bro. We're talking about someone challenged me to name 10 American presidents. All right. William Harrison died 30 days into office. Well, at least, you know, participation trophy, am I right? Okoku the Tempest, thank you so much for becoming a member. All right. So let's do this. What's the timestamp? 25 minutes. All right, I'm going to keep that in mind. It's a timestamp when the stream ends. 25 minutes. This is when the intro ends. This is when the Yappathon ends. This is when the Yappathon ends. All right. Helldivers 2. The game came out on the 8th of February 2024, right? And when it did, dude, it just blew the fuck up, right? I mean, if we look at Steam charts for Helldivers 2, actually, you'll see that the player count, I mean, even today, it's still holding up at like 55,000, right? But initially, it had 400. That's 300,000, right? That's a lot of players. That was a very successful game, and it's probably one of the only live service Sony games to release that actually were successful in like the last couple of years. Okay, like in parallel, there was Concord that released after this, and we all know how that ended, right? So yeah, it did go through a couple of controversies here and there, like most notably with Sony's like new terms of service that required you to sign into a PlayStation account to access the game, and how since their PlayStation is not available in every region, it meant some regions who bought this game on Steam couldn't even access the game anymore. It did hurt its reputation quite a bit. It did, but it kept updating the game, and from time to time, it would still get these huge waves of people, right? So one of the places in which the community is most active is its subreddit, and the community is known to be very active. That's what really makes this this game different from other games. Very, very active community, and that's what it's known for. And for a long time, this community was seen positively. Like it was a welcoming space, you know, like you could join any game, even if you sucked, people will try to help you and stuff. That's how it was seen initially when the game launched. But look, the internet's it's been getting more toxic, right? It's been getting very, very toxic, especially the last couple of years, I'd say, because you have algorithms on websites like Twitter that will reward that. Okay. I don't know when the last time I scrolled through my feed and I saw someone being like, hey, today's a nice day. Like, I can't remember that, bro. I can't remember. And you can't say, actually, you built your own algorithm. I don't even like anything except for art. My likes are filled with art. So here's how it all started, right? Over the last few months, this game has gotten to a point. This game always had balance issues. When it first came out, I remember like there was a weapon that everyone enjoyed using. It was working great. The developers, for some reason, decided to just nerf it, which pissed people off. They were like, dude, why are you nerfing something that works? How about you buff other shit instead? It's always been a problem. But over time, over the last few months, balance has gotten very, very, very bad, like noticeably bad, to the point where shit's glitching sometimes. You have enemies shooting at you and they're behind, like glitched behind a wall. And so the community was voicing that, okay? This is probably one of the worst like game tested and balanced content releases in their 60-day improvement plan. Another day, another patch, but still broken, like armor is still broken and all sorts of shit's still broken, right? And it seemed like the developers didn't really care, okay? And so how did we get here? How did we get to the point where people were making art like this? Helldivers 2, Moderators of Oppression. How did we get to this point? What caused this drama to begin with? Well, it has to do with balance, and it has to do with like hoping to do a good deed, right? It all started with this post saying, this is a serious offer. This is on the official Helldivers subreddit. It was posted on February 28th, 2026. The post said, I will donate $1,000 to a charity of Arrowhead's choosing, Arrowhead is the developer, if they upload a video of 4 of their developers playing an entire operation on a Sean on difficulty 10 and completing all objectives on all 3 missions on the current, update, whatever. No modifications, no funny business. Play on the current state of the game. Show us how it's done and how well the game's balance is. I will provide my full real information, proof of payment, and I'm willing to sign a legally binding contract. All right? Or thank you for the 4 months. So, this was someone, part of the community, who was like, I doubt that these developers actually playtest their game. I doubt they can actually do this on max difficulty. Like, what is it? D10 is the craziest difficulty. It's the most unforgiving difficulty. And many people are complaining that it's very unbalanced. So, this post got over 28,000 upvotes, many comments. Many of them were in full support. Okay? Many of them were in full support. And you know what's crazy? More people also piled onto it, adding more money. Someone else, one day after this, someone else completely different would make a post saying, here's another layer to the challenge, and I'll add another $1,000, saying, hey, I want you guys to use these loadouts in particular, using weapons and armor that is absolute dog shit, I guess, not using the meta, just to see how it would go. And even though you would expect the developers to completely ignore this shit, what is crazy here is that the CEO himself was trying to kind of understand the challenge, testing it out on his own time before, I guess, we could only guess that they were going to do it as developers, right? So he's out here saying in his Discord, in the Helldivers Discord, saying, hey, help me identify everything in the loadout assigned to me. Grenade pistol, etc., etc. He was trying to understand this post, okay? And this post was in relation to the first post we saw. So he was looking into it, saying he's playing with a friend, thought I'd try the loadout, take it for a spin, etc., etc. So it seemed like this was actually gaining attention and the developers were willing to play ball. That's awesome. The CEO himself wanted to do this. Cool. He was saying he finished it on difficulty 7. He was going to try 8, working his way up to difficulty 10. Awesome, right? Things were going well, all for charity. That's pretty cool. And then, unfortunately, very, very shortly after, as things were looking positive, as things were looking interesting, the same user who posted the first post would post on the Helldivers Unfiltered subreddit. There's many sister subreddits to Helldivers too. This is unofficial. He would say, the challenge is over. I've received dozens upon dozens of messages like this since I first issued the challenge. For my own well-being, I'll be stepping off Reddit and the community as a whole. Stop trying to contact me. The challenge is officially over on my part. Thanks for everyone that supported with kind words, but I really can't take the barrage of hate. See you guys later. So this dude wanted to do a cool thing and put $1,000 on the line for charity. And he specified, by the way, that he was going to donate the $1,000 regardless. This challenge was purely so that Arrowhead developers could choose which charity he could donate to, right? And he was getting messages like, you think the devs will listen to your bitch ass, KYS, whatever, right? Get better at the game, you stupid, vile, vile messages. And then, even more worrying, he would comment on this post saying, I just learned they somehow got a hold of the horse sanctuary I volunteer at. And they're sending messages there too, so yeah, this is it. Like, brother. Like, bro, what the fuck, right? So, of course, afterwards, he would delete his Reddit account, right? And the community was completely, like, baffled. Like, what the fuck? Like, this dude just wanted to do a cool little charity thing. He just wanted to donate $1,000 to a charity, just all in good fun, by the way. Never did he insult the developers. Never did he say anything weird or bad. All in good fun. And this is one of the people that doxed him. This is like a screenshot from one of the Discords. This is literally the face of the guy. I blurred it. It was posted on Twitter unblurred. I blurred it, had to bring it into Photoshop and shit. I blurred it. This is his face. This is literally this guy's face, the one that wanted to donate $1,000. And these people are burning it in a video. The people who doxed him. Crazy. This guy just wanted to do something cool for charity, and it didn't make any sense. Obviously, like, you're wondering, why did they do this? We'll get into this later. But in the community so far, whenever someone has anything interesting, does any feedback, that's not his face. That's Odo, a YouTuber, not the challenger. Oh, well, the Twitter post said that. In any case, yeah, all right. It was. Forget about this then. But it was a YouTuber was getting his face burnt up on a piece of paper because he defended the guy who deleted his account, right? That's how I understand it, right? That's correct, right? Regardless. In any case, he got doxxed, his horse sanctuary was in danger, and his life was in danger in general. So the reasoning here, so look, in the Helldivers community, there's this thing where every time you give feedback, every time you have criticism for the game, there are people that the community calls glaze divers. People who will glaze the developers no matter what, who will side with them, who feel like these attacks are unjustified, right? And so part of the reason why it can be explained that these crazy people were like this, and you'll see some, like, a post later that will kind of show you the mentality of the people who doxed them. So yeah, people were already outraged. They just could not believe what the fuck was going on. And someone tried to reach out to this person on Facebook to see if they were okay. I mean, his horse sanctuary that he volunteered at, this is another way to give back, by the way. This could count like charity as well. So someone would contact him, see what's up, and he would reply to like a comment. And here's what he had to say. Hey, this is a copy-paste message I'll be sending to everyone that messaged me in good faith because I think it's rude to not reply. But please understand that I have to do this to reply to messages because of the sheer amount of them, and don't take personally the fact that I can't give a specific response to every single one. I've been banned from the horse sanctuary I've been volunteering at since 2011 for security reasons, which is understandable. They're just trying to get by and they can't deal with this. And fired from my job at the electrical company after 7 years. Bro. My life got basically ruined overnight for something that I thought would be fun and productive toward a game I loved and supported passionately. I'm not really an internet person, and my online presence is mostly for friends and family. I'll be stepping away from the community, Reddit, and the video game as a whole. I'm completely and undoubtedly done. Thanks for the support and the kind words to everyone. See you later, guys. Bro. Bro. What is the internet anymore, man? This is not the fucking internet I grew up with. Okay? This is not the internet I grew up with. Period. Like, holy shit, man. This guy just made a post being like, yo, fun challenge. $1,000. Beat a game. Life ruined. Literally, right? Like, my thumbnail right now, you know, the whole life ruined text? Some people would call that clickbait. No, no, no. In this case, it's not clickbait. This guy's life was genuinely ruined over this. And obviously, like, the comments were just completely, they were like, what the, this was posted on the unofficial Reddit. Helldivers is the unofficial Reddit. Helldivers 2, as far as I'm, wait. Helldivers 2, no, this is the official subreddit. Sorry. This was supposed to have the, this was supposed to have the official Reddit, okay? It was. This is the official Reddit. So obviously people were absolutely outraged. I don't get why people attacked him. What did he do other than challenging devs to play at difficulty 10? I mean, it seems pretty innocent. Like, it really is. Like, nothing else. It's not like they went through his post history and were like, oh, this person is like, you know, it's not, it wasn't like a Lakari situation where there was some weird shit in his history. It wasn't like he was weird. It wasn't like he participated in any problematic communities. Dude was as innocent as it gets, man. Right? So, yeah. But of course, it didn't end here. It didn't end here. Okay? So some people would start finding some crazy ass motherfuckers posting shit on other Reddits that might have led to him getting doxxed. For example, here, this was posted on the subreddit Helldivers Massachusetts. And he was right here. This person was hating on a couple people, Thick Fillet and Odo, right? Saying, don't know if this is a topic that's considered spam or not, but I just found this sub and it immediately made me think of these two. Fuck him. If you hear anyone say the word glaze diver, unironically, you're legally allowed to, you know, just end their lives. I guess these are two YouTubers or members of the community that have feedback for the game and use the term glaze diver to talk about people who never want to criticize the devs. So just showed that there was a really fucked up portion of this community that took this as a life and death situation, right? Like, oh, you criticize the game? All right. I should be legally allowed to shoot you. Seriously, because the community used to be super chill. What even happened to it? How did it get so toxic out of nowhere? Did nothing wrong? I don't know, man. I really think it's like the developers were just not equipped to deal with such a big community. And of course, you know, they've made some really weird balance decisions over time. And so the community over time felt like their feedback was not being taken into consideration and kept really pushing for years. They kept pushing like, hey, can you please look at this? Can you please look at this? Which eventually spawned these glaze divers or whatever. The ones that are like, no, don't touch my game. You don't get to say anything to developers. They know exactly what they're doing. And it led to this almost like cult-like behavior. So as these posts were being shared and the people that are crazy were being talked about, people were angry and they were lashing their anger everywhere, even going to Helldivers 2, which is an unofficial subreddit, and calling the mods pieces of shit and whatever. They had to make a post saying, yo, some of you think we're affiliated with the developer. We're not. Okay. We're not suppressing any doxing, anything. Because the main subreddit was pretty much deleting any post talking about the doxing now. They were trying to hide it. These guys weren't. And they were getting shit for it because the subreddit was called Helldivers 2, but it wasn't official. The developers weren't there. They weren't modded. They weren't admins. Brother, it's pronounced masochist.
Masochist.
Anyway, yeah. So next up, people would start asking things like, "What's going on, dude? Like, what the fuck?" Look at these memes at the bottom. I don't know if it's very clear for you to see them, but like, no, it's not very clear. You see that? You see like the tanks at the bottom right here? Like, every tank has a Helldivers mod team on it. But yeah, like this chart right here was meant to like show the how the game evolved, like up and down and up and down and up and down and up, and then just absolutely went down. There's a post right here that was posted on Helldivers Unfiltered with the title, "Got banned for calling the mods on the official sub out on protecting the doxers. Not even a couple minutes was my post up and they removed it." People were getting banned left and right for just speaking out about this. The mods were being very weird about it. It was as if they were assisting the doxers. It was as if they were on their side. So this was getting so out of hand that early this month, the Helldivers team made an announcement on their Discord server saying, "An important message to our players. Arrowhead Game Studios and Sony Interactive Entertainment are tracking the situation currently unfolding surrounding the Dev D10 challenge, which started on Reddit. Due to the increasing hostility in the community, we need to address it directly with all of you. We do not tolerate threats of violence, harassment, or doxing toward anyone. Players, creators, developers, moderators, or our teams in any community spaces, while we understand that r/Helldivers is a community-owned and operated channel, it should be a safe and welcoming place for all people to voice their opinions and frustrations in a productive and respectful way." So look, we're going to continue reading this, but just so you're aware, staff is present in the subreddit, and they're moderators. They're given admin privileges. This is them trying to kind of like push themselves away from this by saying, "Oh, we understand it's community owned and operated," but it's at the same time, you have a level of power there. You can't just completely say, "We had nothing to do with this." Anyway, they would continue, "Please don't dox people, please. This kind of toxic behavior is unacceptable and not something we will ever condone. We are continuing to monitor and review the situation internally and with our external partners, but in the meantime, we are asking that our players practice kindness and respect toward one another. Humans are not the enemy, Helldivers. Your fight is elsewhere." I'm disappointed that there wasn't like one mention of this being a platonic message in this whole message, bro. They should have been like, "Helldivers, your fight is platonically elsewhere," or something. But yeah, look, they made a statement. At least they acknowledged it. Some people were like, "Oh, this wasn't good enough." Some others were like, "No, this is good enough. It wasn't really their fault." And then finally, well, no, this would be Arrowhead that would make this post. They would also make like a very similar post on the Helldivers subreddit. Okay, the official subreddit saying, "Yo, we don't tolerate this shit, blah, blah, blah." It's the same exact thing as this post. People were still confused though. Like, yo, I'm kind of confused how this turned into like doxing, bro. Like, I see a post going, "Haha, I'll donate 1K if the devs play their own game on max difficulty." Then I blinked and dude's been doxed. Is grass such a foreign concept to some people? Oh, man. Hi, Mujan. Why so late streaming? I took a small nap, and as I was setting the stream, I had to fix a couple things. And then, as I was going to go live an hour earlier, I needed to take a massive shit, which delayed some things. And here we are. You know, it is what it is. We're perpetually late. All right, so look. This is when shit get very spicy. Shit gets very spicy. English. So this was a statement by Arrowhead. It was the same thing they posted in their Discord, right? But people wanted to understand what the fuck was going on with the mod team that was silencing people complaining about the doxing. Okay? So they finally would make a statement later. First off, we got to go through why we got here, right? And this post explains it. This community doesn't like having adult conversations, and there's nothing being done about it. Criticism is always met with a massive comments that are unhelpful and antagonistic. Posts asking for bug fixes or for different ways to deal with enemies always have these: "You want the game to be easy? You want everyone to be overpowered? You want to nerf all enemies? Just play on lower difficulties." And this attitude of only being passive aggressive and warping an argument so it sounds worse than it is what is ruining this community. So overall, one could like sum this up by saying, for whatever reason, it felt like posting in this subreddit was the same as posting on Twitter, right? So that's pretty much it. Anytime you were like, yo, I love pancakes, someone in your replies was like, so you don't like waffles, right? And so, of course, this got to the point where this was being shared on Twitter. People were talking about this. People were very, very pissed about this. This was having, like, there were shorts talking about this on Instagram, on YouTube Shorts. There were YouTube videos being made about this. It was just being shared everywhere. This was so crazy. Like, a dude wanted to give money to charity with a fun challenge and had his life ruined. Only in Helldivers 2, right? So the mods would finally, okay, make a post. And as you can see, it wasn't popular at all. 0 upvotes. 0 upvotes. Almost 500 comments. 0 upvotes. It can already tell you how popular it is, right? So the mods were like, well, you know, this is how I like to imagine them actually. Wait, let me do this. Yeah. This, when I'm reading this post, just imagine this guy. Just imagine this guy as the person that wrote it, okay? I'm sure it'll just contribute to a better experience. As Creators Corner with a 5 ham late, lol, me EP. Here, have some money. Shout out to fast food workers as myself to survive the 7-hour shift yesterday. Have a fun stream. Yo, thank you for the work you do, dude. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Salute. Salute, bro. I'm not going to sit here and say put the fries in the bag, okay? It's hard work. What you're doing is actual hard work. You got to work fast food once in your life to understand. But please, please, if I order, make sure the fries are fresh, at least. God, man. You know, nothing worse than going to a fast food place, getting fries, and they just taste like cardboard. Like they've been cooked 3 hours. God, it's the worst. Anyway, this is what the mods had to say. Rule 1, be civil. No insults, racism, etc., etc. They would say, Rule 1 exists to serve a purpose, to maintain a level of civility within the subreddit. It is fundamentally our most important rule. Harassment has never been allowed on the subreddit. This subreddit follows Reddit's site-wide rules. Who asked? Second thing would be another rule. Reddit strictly prohibits doxing, blah, 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 right? And then they would say, this community does not support doxing of any kind, and any reports of doxing or harassment is taken care of with urgency by reporting to the admins as well as permanently banning the culprit from our community. Some context. A user issued a challenge to Arrowhead with the goal of getting them to experience the technical and balancing issues the game suffers from in a typical Auchan operation. In exchange, this user, who donates to charity monthly, was willing to allow Arrowhead to choose which charity he should donate to this month. So this guy was donating, what, like $1,000 per month to charity? But this month was like, yo, do this challenge and I'll let you choose? These are the kinds of people that are getting their lives ruined, by the way, right? Meanwhile, you have people on Twitter making up fake news every day, paying rent because, you know, the algorithm prioritizes negativity. It's incredible, right? The challenge became viral, not only in Helldivers, but in other subreddits and social media. To be clear, Arrowhead never formally acknowledged this challenge, and there had been no indication that they intended to do so. Some days later, OP announced that he was retracting his challenge as he had been harassed by anonymous users contacting his workplace and threatening to publicly dox him. We don't know who these harassers are. We have no way of knowing who they are. Due to the viral spread of this challenge, we also have no way of knowing where these harassers originated from. This reveal led to users tossing insults at each other and accusing entire groups of people of being supporting the doxers purely because of their opinions about the game. Our reaction. Due to the constant breaking of Rule 1, the comment sections of the original threads about the challenge were locked. In an effort to bypass this lock, users started to repost about the issue, which led to more Rule 1 violations and more spamming. We deleted these posts as no further productive discussion was coming from them. Only speculation and blaming. Our intention is to redirect the subreddit back to what it's supposed to be about and what most people come here for, the Helldivers franchise. The consequences. Or the consequence. Other users took these removals as the Helldivers mod team trying to protect the harassers. This misconception led to brigading from another subreddit, with their users purposefully posting and mod-mailing rule-breaking content for several days, including insults and threats directed at our moderators, as well as generalized segments of the player base. And of course, they would link one of the Reddit terms of service, which is that brigading is prohibited. Due to the brigading, our moderation was stricter than usual, but we still made the effort to check who came here from the brigading subreddit. Everyone who participated in the brigading received a permanent ban. All right, now here's where it gets very interesting, right? Moving forward, this situation is clearly not the fault of the original user that issued the challenge. Leave them be. Do not go out of your way to contact them. Do not, under any circumstances, blame anyone and continue harassment. If you have proof of doxing or harassment of any kind in private channels, let us know. You are free to donate to any charity at any time. However, challenges directed toward individuals or Arrowhead are no longer allowed in this subreddit. Boom. This whole statement, down in the fucking toilet. This whole statement, zero meaning. They effectively, just with this, gave the doxers the biggest W imaginable. This was them handing them a trophy. This was them saying, we're siding with the doxers. This was pretty much punishing the person who wanted to donate to charity with a fun challenge. Like, what the fuck, man? You know? Like, come on. You know, this is like, I don't know. This is like when you're in the military or something, right? You know, like if one of the people you're sleeping with in the barracks fucks up, it's your whole squad that gets fucked, right? So this is like, I don't know. It's like one dude forgot to like arrange his bed. Everyone has to do 100 push-ups. Like 100 people have to do that, get punished because of one person's actions. So in this case, one dude wanted to give to charity. It wasn't even his fault. Because his life was ruined, now everyone else couldn't donate to charity anymore. Like what? What? It wasn't even his fault. He just wanted to give to charity. So of course, like if you were the doxer in the situation, you see this, you fucking celebrate. You're like, oh hell yeah, no one's gonna mess with my developer anymore. No one's gonna come in and become an attention whore with their charity money. And also you're telling them doxing works. So next time someone posts something here, whether it be feedback, bug like complaints, anything that is criticizing the game or its developers, just dox them. Just dox them. They'll delete their post, delete their account, and the mods are just going to side with us. Easy. And of course, the final thing they would say is continuing to post about this topic is not allowed. The primary focus of the subreddit is the Helldivers franchise. As per our rules, the subreddit will continue to be dedicated to the game, and all conversations related to the game, we will continue to enforce the rules and create a safe space for those who wish to discuss the game. Ah yes, a safe space. A safe space where you get doxed for wanting to donate to charity. I downvoted this post and I'm calling you moderators out for not apologizing to what you did to this community. You have absolutely destroyed and ruined the sub and the overall mood around this game. You are childish, pitiful, and disgusting. If I were you, I would be ashamed. Wouldn't have the courage to look myself in the mirror. Holy. Top. No more challenges can be directed at Arrowhead? Really? Even Shams was actively posting about it on the Helldivers 2 Discord as he worked to progress up to difficulty 10. Yes, the CEO was talking about this. Ban the doxer. Ban the toxic users, but don't ban something that even the studio is getting behind. At this point, you're letting the people who went out of the way to spread hate and misinformation get exactly what they want. Exactly. That is exactly what I said, but in a way better way that doesn't yap for 50 minutes. Exactly. Exactly. So now, everyone's pretty much saying the same thing. You're just rewarding the doxers. So the mods, since they have like no spine to begin with, right? That one day later would make a post saying, addendum to our previous mod statement regarding the ban of challenges. Hi, I'll try to keep this short. In our previous statement, we issued a ban on all future challenges directed at Arrowhead or other players. We quickly got a lot of valid criticism about this point in particular. By banning these kinds of submissions, we've given some of the worst elements of this community what they wanted. This was a knee-jerk decision, and it could have been handled with more care. So we're changing the rule one more time. Challenge-like posts, especially those involving money, will be allowed, but must first be approved by moderation. The fuck does that do for me, bro? The fuck does that do me? Like, what? As if I'll trust the mod team anyway. So one more, me promise, your videos actually keep me sane when I'm on break at work. Lol, my first video I found was Nijisanji Yen stuff. Sorry if I spelled that wrong. Lol, dyslexia is my enemy. Dude, I'm really glad I could help with your long ass shifts, dude. I'm really, really glad. So yeah, thanks. You really don't have to donate more. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Approved by moderation, huh? Approved by, dude, these same guys were deleting any post talking about the doxing and locked comments. So, like, what do you think's gonna happen? They're just gonna ghost you. It's like, hey, dude, I have like 10 grand I want to donate to charity. What's up? Can we do this? Ghosted. And you can't do anything about it. Approved by mod, so they're blaming the dude. Well, I mean, they were making it seem like they were blaming the dude from the beginning, which is why they got so much controversy, right? Focusing on him and the conversation around his life being ruined rather than focusing on the doxers. But in this case, this is them. I don't know. It's like, I'm trying to find an analogy here. It's like, yeah, it's like the state announcing tomorrow, like your country announcing tomorrow, hey, you can't withdraw money from banks anymore. Sorry, we ran out of money. And of course, everyone backlash, like, what the fuck, what the fuck, what the... The next day, the country's like, okay, sorry, guys. You can withdraw money again, but the state must approve it. It's like, what did you do exactly? Now you're just giving me the illusion that I can do it, but you're just going to refuse me anyway, right? So in this case, this is the exact same thing. It's like, oh, don't worry, you can still do it, but we have to approve it. But the trust in the mod team was completely lost. It was already gone. So what the fuck are you going to do? This can be done by contacting us via mod mail with your proposal. Here are the conditions, guys. Are you ready? Are you ready? Challenges must be done in good faith. Challenges can't be issued to any random user you have beef with. Keep it civil. In case money is involved, we will need proof that you can fulfill your end of the bargain. And proof of payment will also be needed. What? The fuck does that mean? Are you like applying for a visa? To issue a mod on the Helldivers subreddit, you have to supply us with a bank statement showing a balance of at least $10,000. Interesting. As if I would trust these motherfuckers to show them any proof. The fuck? Any money offered in these challenges must go to charity. It cannot be offered to Arrowhead or other users. We will try to ensure the wording of your challenge cannot be misunderstood. Oh my god. How was this misunderstood? This is pissing me off. How the fuck was this misunderstood? Oh my god, man. That's crazy. That's crazy. All these worrying news indeed, but what about the automaton's attack on the super Earth space? Just kidding. Bro, honestly, would that be crazy news compared to what's going on right now? Bless work from home jobs because I can platonically watch Mugen as I work. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Work from home, bro. Hell yeah. I used to get some remote days on my last job. I would quote unquote work. You know what I would do? I would add a paperweight to spacebar on my laptop and I would just go to sleep. So it would seem like I'm working, but I wasn't. Hey everyone, I just want to say that the subreddits and the horrible behavior do not summarize the whole player base. Most players are pretty chill and are actually normal people. Yeah, that's something to keep in mind. But unfortunately, much of what's, the top of the hierarchy when it comes to the community is weird. Maybe the Reddit mod Stale was right all along. Stale? Was he like one of the co-founders or some shit? Or no, or is that fucking livestream fail mod? Stale 2000, was that his name? The embodiment of the fucking mod? Yeah. Both the Discord and Reddit moderation teams for Helldivers 2 are horrific. Yeah, I feel like community moderation is terrible, but also communication is terrible. And we'll get to that because the community manager also gets a lot of shit. And a few things to keep in mind. Challenging Arrowhead to something doesn't guarantee they will participate. Challenging individuals will require the consent of the person being challenged. Adding to your own twist onto another person's approved challenge is not allowed. Basically, if a challenge has already been approved, any modifications to it will be considered a brand new challenge and subject to approval. The goal of these guidelines is for us to be able to provide better support in case the worst happens. Thanks. So this was not only shitting, saying, oh, we need better wording on the initial one, but also on the second one, adding another $1,000, right? So both of them were being shat on, pretty much, with this addendum. And as you can see, the top comments are outraged. I think the damage is done already. Your knee-jerk reactions always seem to end up like this consistently. The most tone-deaf part of the original post is you are free to donate to charity at any time. Thank you much for giving us your much-needed permission to be decent people. Challenge must be done in good faith. Why even add that? Was there any challenge that was done in bad faith? You're still doubling down while acting like listening to the community. Do a statement about doxers and those banned unjustifiably. God, man. It's crazy. Just clocked out of my shift. Time to platonically stan. Time to platonically thank you for standing. Yeah. Doxers got what they wanted. Person lost their job. It's done, bro. It's done. It's over. It's over. If I was a prominent member of this community, I would not post on the subreddit anymore. I would go to the sister subreddits like Helldivers 2 or Helldivers, what was it? Unfiltered or whatever. Why the fuck would you post here? The mods already showed what they were about. In fact, like this happened one day after their addendum. One day. This was posted on March 6th. Look at what happened on March 7th. Someone posted. Oh, this was on Helldivers 2. So I guess Helldivers 2 is also fucked. But someone would post, the Squith are morbidly fascinating. The Illuminate in general are probably the most fascinating race in Helldivers, etc., etc. Like this is just someone like swooned over the fact that, oh man, like this race is so cool, whatever. Removed. I feel like this whole community has a moderation problem. I think like the thing with Helldivers is like the whole point of it was like a parody of like this hyper militarized society, and it's fun in games. But some people take that shit too seriously, and they genuinely feel like they're part of this militarized society, and they just act like there's some fucking soldier trying to protect their country. But instead of country, it's their subreddit. It's so weird. So weird. Yeah, it's so weird. So this could have all been avoided if they A, responded quickly, B, took a hardline stance against the doxers, C, actually had a spine, but no. Yes, but at the same time, like I agree with this. I think the moderator should have done this. When it comes to Arrowhead, the problem with company responses is that you have like a bunch of fucking corporate lawyers that have no idea how online communities work, right? So they'll be like, oh, you shouldn't insert yourself in this. You'll be held liable. Oh, you should do that, right? So for in Arrowhead's case, their response was very generic and a bit late, most likely because of that. When it comes to the moderators, yeah, I agree. It should have been done immediately. As soon as they understood this guy got doxxed, they should have made a statement saying, yo, doxing, taking a hardline stance. Anyone caught doing so will be banned permanently. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. And not giving the doxers what they wanted. I mean, this was their biggest mistake, right? This statement could have still been okay if it wasn't for, yo, we're punishing anyone who wants to do charity from now on. Okay. All right, cool. So, of course, this also like went crazy on Twitter. Play a game you love and wish would improve. Challenge devs to play their own game. Get your life ruined. The more you think about it, the more insane it gets. And then this person would end that post with, fuck Baskinator. So you're thinking to yourself, who the fuck is Baskinator? And we're going to get to that. But first, Federux with the 50 gifted memberships. Brother, are you going to do this every stream? Holy shit, man. You are insane. You are crazy. You really don't have to. You really don't have to, but thank you so much. That is crazy. That is insane, dude. 50 gifted is fucking insane. Guys, enjoy it. Enjoy the gifteds. To clarify, I was talking about the mods. Gotcha, Transnact. Got it. But I felt the need to specify about Arrowhead too, because a lot of people don't understand. They can't just tweet whatever. Thanks so much, Fed. Thank you. Peachy. Highguard needs Windows 11 to play. PC isn't goated enough, lol. Well, I can watch the chaos. Hope you get MVP in a dead game. You got this, Bujin. Destroy everything. Remember to hydrate. Wow. Thank you. You need Windows 11 to play Highguard? Damn. Interesting. Not that it's like a crazy game that would require such settings. Clementines in a basket. Thanks so much for becoming a member. Highguard's not dead yet. Oh yeah, guys, if you're just joining, we're going to be playing Highguard after this. I'm going to be going live on Twitch. We're going to be playing Highguard. Okay, it's the last day. There's 508 players right now. We're going to play some Highguard. Maybe for like an hour or something. I just want to I just wanted to, like I kind of regret not being able to play Concord when it was out, just because like so few people actually played it. That game cost money though. I was not going to spend a penny on that shit. This game's free. I have no excuse, right? So yeah, we're gonna do that. We're gonna do that. So yeah, so this person ended their statement with "fuck Baskinator." Who is Baskinator, right? So Baskinator is actually the community manager for Helldivers 2, and the community managers in this game they're not long term usually. They come on a contract and then they just leave. So the community manager, as far as I can understand, before Baskinator was very well liked by the community and actually like took their concerns to the developers and got answers. But then they didn't renew his contract. Now there's Baskinator, and throughout this whole fucking ordeal, radio silence. Radio silence. Zero. Nothing. What would she post? She'd post this, right? Like after the statement we just read of them saying like we don't support doxing, harassment. She'd post this on Twitter saying, "Please just be kind to one another. I've been out sick all week, and I'm genuinely horrified to see this happening in our subreddit." Someone would ratio her to oblivion, saying, "Aren't you an admin on that subreddit? You had a chance to stop it. The Reddit team gave me the role so I can use tools like pinning comments, posts, or certain flair when I post something with my username. But I'm not a mod or admin. I'm there to read and reply." Now, of course, listen, bro, there's there's replies like this. I'm not even gonna like give them any attention, bro. Let's just move the fuck on. Like this is not what this is about. But of course, people will always take it to personal insults. But she would say, "Oh, there's nothing we can really do to help. If there is, I will do it. Unfortunately, we don't know who made those threats. It's sickening, etc., etc." But the thing is, pretty sure she replied to something else. Did she delete it? Did she delete? Oh man. Oh, if I view this, I can guess what the word was. I can guess, bro. Like when you see this, when you click view on shit like this, you already know you're about to see some crazy ass slurs, bro. It's always the case. But yeah, like the community was going hard on her, kind of like pinning the blame on her because she's the community manager. Saying the worst person you'll ever meet will watch the community harass you and stuff and say, "I was on break," right? Pretty sure somewhere though, she said that she had admin privileges, kind of like counter going against what she said, that she can't do much. In any case, she would block the person who was making the most posts about this, right? She would just block this guy, right? Block me all you want, Helldivers 2 community manager. You're supposed to manage the community, right? So because of all these posts that were being made, she just blocked him, right? Also not a good look. This is something that we didn't see. I don't know why. Maybe it was deleted, but someone said you need to purge the entire mod team of the subreddit. And she would say the subreddit is community owned and operated, always has been. They invited me to have the mod role. Yeah, see? So I could bypass spam filters and use post tools only. So she's a moderator. Okay. She can see posts being deleted. She can see them being made. She can see the queue of posts that aren't approved yet. She can see the mod mail. Maybe she can't ban, but still, she's there. She's there. And I would argue that as a community manager, you should have like a very clear presence in your biggest community, which is Reddit. Reddit is your biggest community, right? And Discord. So you can't just be like, "Oh, I was sick," whatever. Something had to be done, and it wasn't. Like, at least communicate to the community that you're making efforts to like contact this person. If regular ass Redditors were able to find this guy's Facebook and contact him, like, why can't you? Right? Get in touch, try to find out who's making these threats, say that you're actively working with this person, but she was like, "Oh, if there's something I could do, please tell me." Is that your job, bro? I don't know. Sent you an email about the controversy a while ago, but Alexis, one of the devs who ruined balancing, had also destroyed Hello Neighbor 2. Oh, really? Interesting. So yeah, this of course just completely made like many of these people in the community lose hope in humanity. You know, like this post right here, the world is broken. The guy who got doxxed has had his life ruined. The devs respond with some cookie cutter response. So what's been going on with a fucking LARP at the end, and the mods. So what's been going on with a fucking LARP at the end, and the mods now are saying challenges to the devs of any kind are not allowed. The takeaways: doxing is a fruitful endeavor. Arrowhead takes these issues about as seriously as the satire in the game. The mods are woefully unprepared and out of touch, and I'd really like all the people involved to be better, and people can get better. I don't expect this post to be up for long, but mods who read it, please look at other better moderated communities, for example, and have the humility to understand that, that there are things you can learn from others, right? So, complete loss in faith in humanity. They were completely baffled by this. How can you just propose to do some charity work and end up like this? Insane. And of course, some people weren't just pissed about the doxing. They were just pissed that any progress that could have been made towards a proper balance patch has been wiped out. Because the CEO was actually taking this channel seriously, but because the person got doxed, the hope is gone. Like, let's not worry about the guy who lost his life. But, you know, I mean, not lost his life. He's still alive. Hopefully stays that way. But, you know, pretty much lost his job, lost his volunteering job. Yeah. Let's worry more about the fact that the game's never going to get fixed. And honestly, probably never will. Arrowhead has not really shown that they can learn from their mistakes, so probably never will. They're just not equipped to deal with such a big amount of a huge community. They're not, and they're not making efforts to change that. They don't need one community manager. They need a community team. But yeah, it's like how is that an excuse? Oh yeah, I got sick. Yeah, that's why you have a community team. You have 50,000 players playing your game right now just on Steam. You have to come on, dude. The fuck? Is this the kind of company where you just go to the CEO, you're like, yo, man, we need to upgrade this, we need to change that, and he's like tight, has his hands tight on the fucking purse? No, I'm not spending anything. Pay for it yourself. So yeah. Fun fact, Midgen, there's not even a balance team in Helldivers. Yeah, balance has been a problem from day one. And yeah. And yeah, Federex, as you said it, they washed their hands from responsibility. Their post was them pretty much saying, this Reddit is community owned. We hope that everything can be better soon. It's like, dude, come on, do something. So that's pretty much the whole thing, right? Summarized. There hasn't been any updates since then. I don't think there's going to be any updates. But the fact that you can lose your job of 7 years as an electrician, lose your volunteering job of how big? 15 years. Bro's been fucking volunteering at the same spot for 15 years. And they told him to leave for security reasons. Dude, one can only guess what these doxers are saying. You know, like, oh, I'm going to bomb this, I'm going to do that. That's what doxers do typically. So, man, it's very unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate. I really hope this, like, some people were asking, man, is there a GoFundMe or something? But the guy just doesn't want anything to do with the internet anymore. He's just deleting everything. Like, a GoFundMe would make the doxers be like, oh, now you're going to make money off of this? Okay. Calling the FBI to your house, right? So, very sad, dude. Very, very sad. Very sad. Very sad, bro. Arrowhead needs a change big time. Please save us, Frenchman. The fuck am I gonna do? I know that they're headquartered in Sweden. Should I just fly out and fucking knock and be like, yo, I'll have the cops called on me. Doxing needs to be taken more seriously outside the internet because what the fuck is this? Bro. You know, I talked to another content creator recently about this. We both agree that it feels like over the last few years, like these people were, you know, they had their own little spots to hang out, to congregate in. You know, they had like places like Kiwi Farms, they had places like 4chan. Now it just feels like those platforms will die soon. I feel like these websites will die soon because everyone is just moving that mentality to Twitter and the rest of the internet. You know, it's not like constricted to these small bubbles anymore. It's spreading because it's being rewarded. The algorithm on Twitter rewards this kind of behavior. So the conspiracies you'd find on 4chan are now just being peddled at max on Twitter about content creators, about their private lives, about all that shit. And they're not being penalized for it. So yeah, you know, and you know, in some way, I know this is going to sound crazy, but I swear it makes sense. In some way, I blame the Epstein files for this. Okay? Because The Epstein files confirmed so many conspiracies in the last 20 years. Hell, in the last 30 years. So many people have been absolutely like, what's the word? Vindicated. Because so many of the conspiracies that they were called crazy for like 20 years ago are not coming true. Okay? And so since conspiracies have now become literally the life we live in right now, like there's proof that it's the case, people have taken them way more seriously than they used to. And so now when someone comes out and makes a tweet saying, I think Mugen made a video about Cinder because he's in Mythic Talent, and all the VTubers at Mythic Talent are controlled by Shy Lily, and he didn't want to get kicked out of the agency, which is why he made a video. These people get way more attention that they deserve because conspiracies are now like on another level, right? Conspiracies are now taken way more seriously than they used to. And we've been seeing that a lot recently. A lot. Like it's been happening to so many people. And I've found that now, if you just as much like tweet something, like, oh my God, great morning today. Or no, like let's say, for example, you're a female VTuber, right? And you tweet something that's meant to be funny. Like, oops, wanted to buy like a keyboard on Amazon, but ended up buying a piano, lol, right? It's meant to be funny. It's meant to have like comments that are like, oh, that's really funny, huh? You look at the most liked reply, it'll probably be something like, yeah, I'm not surprised since you're a fucking whore. Like that'll be the top reply. And it's like, where's this coming from? Like, hello? It's so weird. It just feels so artificial. It just feels so artificial. Listen, man, I love drama as much as the next guy. I mean, look at my fucking channel, right? But I also like prioritize quality over quantity. But recently it's really felt like people have this thing where they have this drama quota that's impossible to reach. They're like, if there's nothing happening every single day, I will starve to death. And this is also something content creators are doing too. Like there are channels that will upload like 4 times a fucking day, and one video will be just about one tweet. One tweet stretched into 11 minutes runtime. It's like, the fuck are we doing over here, man? Everything's being made into drama. So I can tweet right now. Or just make a statement right now, anything. I can just be like, yo, I visited another country and I didn't like it. And people will make that political. I knew that Mugen was this or that. I knew it. Now I have a reason to hate him, right? So that's where we're at. So this whole doxing thing that happened to this poor guy, like this guy had no idea how the internet worked. He was very innocent. He still thought that the internet was the same as when it was like when I grew up, but it's not. It's very, very, very rough. Like more than ever, it is very, very rough. We're reaching a point of like, it's crazy, man. As an OG YouTuber once said, drama is more popular than content. Well, drama is content and it is more popular. Yes. I mean, obviously, but it's also the responsibility of the algorithms. Like drama was competing with normal content before. But now, at least on Twitter, drama, misinfo, and anything that's like meant to like elicit a reaction, a negative reaction, is pushed more by the algorithm. It really is. I mean, when was the last time you scrolled through your feed and didn't see a single thing that was negative? It's just pushed. It's just pushed. And we as people will always seek out negativity. That's the thing. So if you encourage it, it'll always work. But like, you know, more impressions, more money, more posting. I think what really like convinced me that the internet has genuinely changed. It is not the same as I used to when I was a kid, was my Kai Day and Tens video. Just seeing that post that had over 1 million views, that was like, I can't believe Tens gave her bone marrow and I can't believe she broke up with him over text. Complete misinfo. Both these things did not happen. We don't even know if they happened, right? Complete and utter misinformation. Over 1 million impressions. Over 15,000 likes. That's really that's why that video to me was some people were like, why would you make a video about this? No, the thing is, it shocked me. It genuinely shocked me where we got in terms of misinfo, where we are right now in terms of like, how like they broke up at the worst time. They should have broken up 2 years ago, bro. Honestly, if I'm going to be completely honest with you, not now. So it's really getting out of control. It's really getting out of control. And why is this misinfo being peddled? Well, because, you know, some people live in countries that don't have purchasing power that's really strong, right? Like, I'm pretty sure this person that posted this, I went to their profile to check like the country they're tweeting from, and I'm pretty sure I saw something like South Asia. So yeah, 1 million impressions on Twitter. I mean, that's like what, maybe like $100 or something on a good day. That's a lot of money, depending on where you're from. That's a lot of money. So like, if you told me if I was living in a country with like zero purchasing power, and the cheat code was me just tweeting out misinfo, I'll fucking do it. The fuck? Paying rent by tweeting some dog shit. I survived rush hour traffic thanks to Bujin. You're absolute welcome. I love your name too. So yeah, that's the situation, dude. I can provide additional context. Arrowhead is incredibly disorganized, bad cross-department communication, and their Discord is an echo chamber. They fostered this over years. So weird, man. So weird. So weird. So yeah, back to passports. Listen, bro. No. I'm talking about purchasing power. Purchasing power. No, it's not. It's not about passports, okay? Although, like, my stacked, I did a poll for my next long yapping video. And people want to see Passport and Visa Autism Deluxe Edition, bro. That's going to be my video. I'm going to be talking because everyone, when it comes to passports, everyone talks about visa free. I'm going to talk about the real strength in passports, which is residency. Okay. So if you want to see this shit, make sure to come to my stacked. It'll be coming out in the next day or two. Okay. But yeah, speaking of South Asia, my country's economy is bad. Like $1 equals 17,000 Indonesian. What is it? Indonesian rupee or something here? Yeah, man. It's rough. Did you see the Heartopia controversy? There was a major backlash of a request that was racist. Someone posted about it in my suggestion channel in Discord. I briefly looked at it, but I got to look into it more. Live, laugh, love Mujin, but platonically. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you. Thank you. Love you platonically too. So yeah. Purchasing power is rough, man. Currencies keep going up and down. Oil keeps going up and down. Dude, the world's on fire right now. It's crazy. It is crazy, man. God, I could talk about geopolitics, right? But and I have my degree somewhat related, and my master's thesis was actually about like the dominance of these financial hegemonies, right? It started with the Dutch, right? And then after the Dutch, there was this battle between France and Great Britain over who was going to become the next hegemony, the rulers of the world. France got so close, but due to a couple of unlucky things, lost. So Great Britain became the hegemony. And then after World War II, it's the US. I can literally talk about geopolitics and all that stuff. Give some for the video. No, it'll be about passports. Okay, the video is going to be about passports. But no, I mean, I could just loosely talk about geopolitics on stream. But the thing is, the problem with the world we live in today right now is that if you talk about geopolitics, people will try to pin politics on you, you know? So if you say something like, I predict this will happen, or I think this will happen, or this happened because of this, people will be like, oh, so on the left, oh, so on the right, you know? So you can't even talk about geopolitics or anything with a neutral tone, because people will always try to like put you in a basket that you never asked to be put in. Would you post a charity challenge 2 in Helldivers 2? No, because the mods would refuse it. Comic is so good, by the way. Yeah, dude, this comic is really good. This comic was really, really good, dude. It was really awesome. And Stacked, as far as I know, just partnered with a new payment provider. So we should be seeing more payment options soon, like PayPal. You'll even be able to pay with crypto if you want to. Yeah, so if you're like evading taxes and you want to subscribe to me with your tax evasion money, you can. You fucking can. You absolutely can. So, yeah. One could argue the US became the de facto hegemon after the collapse of British influence in Argentina. Well, the thing with the US is, it was a long game. It was a long game. World War II was just perfect. Like, throughout history, except maybe the exception of Great Britain. Like, for example, the reason why the Dutch became a hegemony first was because their terrain, like the Spanish actually were in the Netherlands. They were kicked out of the country. Okay? And the Spanish couldn't invade again because of the terrain. The Dutch terrain kept them safe from any conflict. At the same time, Spain was already dealing with its own war at the bottom. So they couldn't divert any forces to the Dutch. This war ended up fucking up the entirety of Western Europe. It was a really, really, really rough war. Guess who wasn't fucked up thanks to their terrain? The Dutch. So when the dust settled, the Dutch had developed their economy, had, gone through nothing, no issues, no wars, nothing. They emerged as the real victors. And so they were able to kind of take control of the world financially because of that. And the US was kind of like in a similar position during World War II. Western Europe was taken by Nazi Germany France was taken in a fucking week, bro. It was embarrassing as fuck. Never happened before. Never. It was obviously so unlucky because these motherfuckers had their whole military going in a direction, and the Nazis just encircled them and just kept going. They had no idea. Plus, they were on meth. Okay, look, the meth is a contributor. All right, come on. The meth is super meth Nazi soldiers. That was not seen before that. So they were on meth. They were awake for like a week. They were super soldiers for a little while. So since they were on meth, yeah, it did help. And then the UK was being bombarded over and over and over. They got into so much debt. They got into so much fucking debt, bro. And so, yeah. Let me just make sure. Let me just not embarrass myself here. Who's the fucking... Yeah, so obviously. Roosevelt. Roosevelt was a genius. Okay, FDR is seen as a genius because he played the long game. He wanted to join the war. He did. But at the same time, he wasn't going to cry over the UK getting bombarded to death. He wasn't. It's an opportunity. Now, to join World War II, he had to convince the American public they didn't want to join. Okay, they had no interest whatsoever. They were like, fuck Europe, I don't care. But he saw this as, okay, UK is being pummeled. If the Germans win, they're going to become the new hegemony. And they're going to unite the entirety of the continent that we're not a part of. So if Germany dominates the world, they would have dominated Europe. They would have dominated Russia. They would have dominated everything. And they could exist without the US. The US could drown the next day. They wouldn't give a fuck. US obviously doesn't want that. They want control of the world. So waited, long game, Pearl Harbor happens. This is why some conspiracy theorists say that Pearl Harbor was staged. Okay? I don't know if it was staged, but they had access to Japanese comms. And not all the information was being shared with the admiral. In fact, there was like a whole like Congress hearing. The admiral did like a hearing. It's still available on YouTube today, by the way, in the archives. He did a hearing saying we weren't getting all the information shared by that the White House was intercepting. So all the ships evacuated. One American ship stayed there. It's almost as if the Japanese were baited, but the US troops weren't given all the information about this baiting strategy. Regardless, miraculously after that, the American public was like, let's fucking go to war. We don't give a fuck. Deploy us tomorrow. We're avenging our comrades, right? So, not so much a stage, but they got an insane number of warnings about it happening and never said anything to base admirals. Yeah, that's the thing. They knew what the Japanese were saying on the radio, right? So I wouldn't say staged as in the Japanese were in on it. No, that's like a very wrong way to interpret it. But I would say it was like, it was set up that way, let's just say. And miraculously, all the Americans wanted to join the war the next day. Would you look at that, right? Worked perfectly. So they came in as the saviors. They ended the war. But more importantly was what happened after the war. Europe was absolutely fucked and pummeled. The US comes in, they're like, yo, here's $1 billion to you. Here's $1 billion to you. Here's $1 billion to you. And they pretty much became the de facto ruler. And Europe became completely dependent on them. Cold War happens. Perfect for the US as well, because that stops Europe from interacting with Russia positively. If they did that, Europe would have no need of the US. That's the thing, right? If Russia and Europe were allies, the US would not be needed. They would literally be, they would fall off. They would be irrelevant. Okay? So the Cold War was very positive for the US because it helped them develop relationships with Europe, and Europe became dependent on them. And they even embraced it. Look at Germany right now. No nuclear reactors, no energy, and only now are they starting to develop their army. The one country that refused this American influence was France, right? This guy right here, Charles de Gaulle, he was like, listen, bro, I really appreciate what you're doing, but we're keeping our sovereignty, we're keeping our independence, right? So thanks to him, now France is out here, like, I don't know if you're looking at the Iran war right now, but France is always the ones that are like giving shit to other countries. Like, hey, you know, now they're giving like nukes to some European countries saying, we're going to temporarily keep nukes there. You know, we're going to temporarily do this. We're going to send our boat there. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. Because of that, other European countries got way too comfortable and relied too much on the US. Now it's biting them on the ass. But overall, that's kind of like where we are today. And once you become a hegemony, you get too confident, you get too corrupt. Like you start rotting from the inside. It's just inevitable. Even the Roman Empire went through this. You just start rotting from the inside based on your old ways of thinking, because you're like, I'm the best country in the world. I'm not going to take any criticism, period. So your institutions keep doing the same shit they've done for like 50 years, 100 years. And I think the US, I think the clock really started ticking in 2008. That's when it really started ticking, because ever since then, the economy has not been the same. And their main issue has been this idea of like fake money, derivatives, right? Let's make shit up. Fuck it. And when we fuck up the economy, let's just print more money. We don't give a fuck, bro. How the fuck could you buy a house for $50,000 60 years ago and now it's like $1 million? How the fuck does that happen? That's not appreciation. That's inflation. That's money losing value. A fucking boomer is going to look at that and think, I'm rich. Bro, your $60,000 just became $1 million. That's what happened. Like your money just lost all. If you bought like 1 kilo of gold 60 years ago, it could have bought a house. You can still buy a house with it today. It's fucking inflation. But the boomers are fine. Yeah, but you know, it's obviously some of them like can't even afford healthcare and retirement and all that bullshit. But like, yeah, they're fine, but it's not going to be fine forever. Their children are inheriting shit. You have people literally wishing the death of their parents. Okay. So even though they're quote unquote financially fine, their families are falling apart. Foundationally speaking, like if families can't stay tight knit in a country, what the fuck is keeping the country together? So, yeah, U.S. economy is still messed up. It's never going to recover. That's the whole point. It's only going to get worse. It affects the rest of the world. It's not like China's doing any better right now. China's doing terribly. Bro, if you fucking graduate with a master's, there's like a 30-40% chance that you're going to be unemployed. You understand that, right? So, yeah, everything's on fire right now, in a way. Not to be, you know, not to be a doomsday pessimistic guy, but it is on fire right now. It is. So like right now, they're between a rock and a hard place. What the fuck can you do? Inflation is going up because of oil. And at the same time, unemployment is going up at the same time. What the fuck do you do? The Federal Reserve can't like take down rates anymore. When you make rates go down to make it more attractive to like buy houses and take loans, you're doing that because inflation is low and unemployment's high. You're doing that to make people hire more people. But if both of them are fucking high, unemployment and inflation, the Federal Reserve is just sitting there like, the fuck am I supposed to do, bro? You raise rates when unemployment is good and inflation's high. But there's no protocol what to do when both of them are fucking skyrocketing, bro. Oil price. Like, bro, this is a fucking commodity. This is a fucking commodity. And look at how it's bouncing like a crypto coin. It's bouncing like a fucking crypto coin. It's a commodity. The world runs on this shit. And it's going boom, 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 like a fucking shit coin. So yeah, it's rough. It's rough right now. It's rough. This does kind of look like the precursor to like the Iraq war or something. All I'm going to say is, look, there's no need to get political on this, honestly, to explain this, but There are some people who think this, and I tend to agree, even though it sounds ridiculous right now. I do think that the US might end up doing a ground invasion. Okay, I didn't come up with this myself. I do watch some people, like, for example, I don't know if you guys have come across Professor Jang. The dude came up with the theory that the US is going to invade Iran in 2024. Everyone called him a lunatic. And now here we are, right? So, yeah, predictive history. Yeah. So he said that there's going to be a ground invasion. I would think it's ridiculous. But then again, I watched that lecture 2 years ago and I thought invasion in Iran was going to be ridiculous too. But there we are. So, yeah, I see it happening. I see a ground invasion happening. I see a ground invasion happening. No, that guy's stupid as fuck, bro. You have your opinion. Some of the things he said he says are wild, but look, his predictions came true. First prediction in 2024 was that Trump was going to win. Done. Second was that the US is going to invade Iran. Done. Third is that the US is going to lose in Iran. That remains to be seen. But when like they keep escalating. Like, did you guys see the news that just came out recently that Iran might attack the west coast of the United States? You think that if they actually sent a drone to Los Angeles, you think if they did that, you think the US wouldn't fucking invade ground troops? Like, you really think that? So that's the thing. It's just going off of like this idea. Escalation keeps happening and no one side wants to lose. The Iranians have nothing to lose. They don't care if oil goes up and down, bouncing on it like a fucking, like, you know, like a stripper, bro. They don't give a fuck if it's bouncing on it up and down. Like, they don't care. They've been sanctioned for 40 years. The US cares, though. This is affecting everything right now. So, yeah. Overall, I just hope you guys stay safe. You know? You mean the next false flag, regardless if it's a false flag or not, you know? Even if the CIA bombed some fucking airport or something, it doesn't matter because then they'll just still do ground troops anyway. But I just hope you guys stay safe. They plan on making the price drop by releasing their oil reserves. They already did. They released oil reserves today and it barely affected the price. That says a lot. That says a lot. Oil reserves released. Countries agreed to record release of emergency oil reserves as prices surge. It barely helped the price. Barely. That says a lot. That says a lot. Record release. And it barely stabilized the price at 90, which is insane, by the way. Imagine you're like my dad explaining to his neat son what's going on in the world during dinner. I don't know how we got here, bro, but yeah, I guess I am an unk. Oil isn't just for energy. Yeah, it's not just for energy. It's not just for gas. It's for plastic. It's for chemicals. It's for oh my God, bro. The world without, like, you can sit here and be like, oh, renewable energy, all you want. The world is not renewable enough right now. It's not even close. It's not even fucking 10% there. So you cut off oil and the Strait of Hormuz, bro, it's insane. It's so important. So many companies are like telling their investors, yo, guys, if this goes on, we're fucked. You know, like, hey, listen, Japan is going to run out of oil in 8 months. Period. All of it. Gone. Imagine that. Imagine people having to fucking use wood and fire to heat themselves during winter, right? It's not looking good. And the US is now thinking, should we ease sanctions on Russia? Brother, you know, like, it's just insane. It's insane. It's insane. Their whole geopolitical strategy was to starve Russia for years, and now they're going to help them. You know, it's like, what the fuck is happening? So that's why, you know, that's why I'm a big, like, proponent or someone who really encourages people to seek out what's best for them, you know, to seek out what's best for them. And when I say that, I mean, you can love your country, but we don't live in a world where you can just trust your government and think everything's going to be fine anymore. This isn't like when we grew up, like when millennials and Gen Z grew up. It was on the promise that World War II happened, it'll never happen again. Period. World War II happened, you're being taught this because it'll never happen again. Don't worry. That doesn't apply anymore. So like now, it doesn't matter how much you love your country. You have to look at plan B, plan C, plan D. What am I going to do if shit hits the fan? Okay? That's what you do. That's what you got to do. You got to plan ahead. That's why having multiple passports helps with that. I don't love my country enough for this shit. Yeah, no, it's really rough right now. It's really rough. It just shows you that everyone doesn't know what the fuck they're doing. Genuinely, no one knows what they're doing. No one. It's somewhat normal when you've been the dominant power for like over a century. It's somewhat normal for you to have a hubris and think, "Oh, I bombed Iraq. I bombed Libya. I bombed Syria. I fucked up everything with these countries. I won easily. I can do this in Iran too." And, there you are. It just doesn't work, dude. It just doesn't work. They're like, dude, we thought they were going to run out of missiles by now. Well, that's embarrassing to admit, right? So yeah, dude, it just sucks to see innocent people have to die because of shit like this. That's all. So I hope every one of you stay safe. I know someone recently donated that's in the United Arab Emirates. I hope you can stay safe. I hope everyone can stay safe. It's like, it's always, anytime something like this happens, you just sit there and you're like, man, I wish these politicians can just get in the ring. Just, hash it out in a UFC match. How about that? Hash it out. Beat yourselves up. Let us watch for free, of course. Or you know what? Let us pay to watch and use the money to fix like roads or bridges and shit. And just go at it. Go at it like crazy. Go stupid. Go crazy, go stupid. That's what I want to see. Like influencers, exactly. You have a problem, bro? Fight it out. Just go. Why do they always send the poor? Because, dude, like, listen, man, whether you like it or not, the military has very good benefits. And at the same time, your most expendable resource is people. It is. It is, bro. In just like a few days, the US used over $5 billion worth of fucking ammunition. $5 billion. $5 billion. And you know what's really embarrassing? The US, as well as the Gulf countries, are reaching out to Ukraine asking for anti-drone measures. How embarrassing is that, dude? How embarrassing for the US, the world's superpower, quote unquote, to reach out to Ukraine. Right? They've been saying, it shouldn't be happening, but it is. So a soldier, when you put ground troops on the floor, on the ground, 1,000 die, oops. 2,000 die, oops. 10,000 die, oopsie daisy. You're not spending those billions though. The fuck that? How much does a soldier cost? Pennies on the dollar compared to Patriot missiles. So, yeah. And that's how that's how a lot of these wars started. There are literally like, they're like straight up like people during the, before the Iraq war. I think it was a senator. He was being interviewed on the operation. And he was saying, this shouldn't take more than 2 to 4 weeks, God willing. I don't see it taking more than a month. Yeah. How long did the Iraq war last? 8 years, 8 months, 28 days. So, yeah. That's just how it is. So right now, the world's being told a few weeks. And right now, the stock market and the economy is reflecting that promise. Okay? It's reflecting that promise. But when weeks become months and when months become years, yeah, that's how Iraq started. That's how Vietnam started too. You just start with 1,000 soldiers, then 2,000, then 3,000. And before you know it, boom. You're getting drafted, buddy. You're getting drafted, buddy. Hey. So yeah. I mean, I have to fucking mention this at least, bro. Like my degree relates to this shit and I've legit, this is honestly, if you tell me what have you been doing this past week, I've just been monitoring the situation. I've just been on my phone. I'm on my fucking phone, bro. I've just been on my phone. That's it. Just refreshing, seeing what the fuck's going on. Because this right here concerns everyone. This right here concerns everyone everywhere, pretty much. Because this involves oil. And just like how human beings need to drink water to not die in like 48 hours, countries need oil without dying, same thing. So oil, baby. All right, listen. Wait, can women get drafted? Not during the Vietnam War, I don't think, but we live in a different age. Hey, women are equal to men, baby. No, I don't think so. I think if they get very desperate, they'll start drafting women. Yeah. All right. I'm going to go pee real quick. And then I'm going to do Highguard. Yes. Actually, let me just launch it and then I'll switch streams. Let me just launch it first. See that it works. See that it works. So, yeah, let's do this. Yep. Let me do this just in case. Yeah. Easy anti-cheat. No, I am in game. Don't worry, I'm going to pee first. Highguard. Not that I did get hit anyway. I'm too disabled. Man, times of war are crazy. Some people will disable themselves on purpose to not get drafted. It used to be a thing where like in medieval times, people would just cut off their thumb so that way they can't wield a sword. That way they don't get drafted. Imagine cutting your fucking thumb, bro. But yeah, you know, I get it. If you're being sent to the front lines to literally die, I mean, what's a thumb? Drafting students in Russia. There is somewhat of a draft in Russia, yes. It's not nationwide as far as I know, but I don't know exactly how it works, but there is somewhat of a draft. This game's taken forever, bro. It says easy oh, there we go. Wait, is it about to launch? So should I cut my legs off? No, you shouldn't cut. Oh my god. Oh no, my left eye. Just put on an eye patch. It'll make you look cooler. Over here, some people would rip their teeth to not get drafted. Interesting. Yeah, because they do a medical examination, right? Okay. Okay, Highguard. 5v5 is available right now. I guess I'll try doing 5v5 because that means more of you can potentially queue with me. I have 2 mental disorders. I have a physical disability. See you guys on the front lines before they send me out. Ranked mode? Dude, the game's dead. What do you mean? Can I play ranked? Can I play ranked? There we go, bro. This is it. This is a game that we're never going to see again. Episode 2, by the way. Store? Should I spend money on this game? Why didn't they make everything free? That's kind of cringe. They should have made everything free before shutting down. Guys, I'm not going to lie. I've been seeing clips of Pacopia. I'm not going to lie to you. I have... Wait. Let me know if the game's too loud, by the way. I have Switch 2 in my Amazon cart right now. I have a Switch 2 in my Amazon cart right now. I have a Switch 2. I have a Switch 2 in my Amazon cart right now. I'm not sure if I'm actually going to make the purchase. I have a Switch 2 because Pacopia looks so fucking fun. I have a Switch 2 in my fucking Amazon cart right now. Don't uninstall the game, keep it as a relic. It's really fun. Don't do it, dude. If I do it, it would be to stream it. You guys don't want to see it? If I stream it on Twitch, would you guys watch Pacopia? Alright. If I do I have to do the tutorial? No, wait, no! No, dude, I need to pee so bad. Bro. Okay, no, I'm running. I'm gonna do one game on YouTube. Wait, I'm gonna do one game. I thought I wanted to press the button to see if it would let me. Bro, I was peeing. What's going on? A training? Is this mandatory, guys? Is the training mandatory? Is the training mandatory?
Flynn's just ahead. He'll lead the basics, and when he thinks you're ready,
bro,
I'll finish this up.
I pressed the play button because I thought.
I'm Trader Flynn. Just call me Flynn.
Yo,
First step's just ahead.
This performance is definitely interesting. Maybe turn on VSync? I don't. It's definitely interesting to say the least. What the fuck is the FPS right now?
Let's head to that platform, kid.
FPS NA? Ah! Brother, I have a 4090. I have a 4090. You're giving me 60? No wonder this game got shit. Really? It's at 55. It's not the bitrate. It's 55 FPS and it feels like it's 30. I'm artifacting 2 on stream? Really? It's triggering my sensory issues. People are literally getting motion sick over this fucking shit. Is there like at least frame gen? NVIDIA DLSS. Performance and stability. Oh my god. This is so bad. Okay, yeah, sure. I'm gonna have to max FPS 120. Yeah, man. Yeah, bro. Let me apply VSync. See if that changes anything. Nope. 50 FPS. Okay, wow. Wow. Yeah, I should turn off motion blur. But still, you know, even though this is annoying. Okay, I have to like straight up take down the settings, man. Global quality. Medium. Okay, this is better. Dude. How badly optimized your game? This, like, is this using Unreal Engine or something? Okay, fuck it. Let's just go low, bro. Oops, nope. It doesn't even say, like, are you sure you want to leave? Now we're talking. Bro, I have a 4090. I have a 4090. I can play any game at 120. You know, guys, you know what I'm really excited about? Crimson Desert. Crimson Desert runs on a 1060. On a 1060! I'm so excited for Crimson Desert, bro. I'm so excited for that game. I'm gonna do my best to release a video before that game comes out. That way, I can no-life it. Guys, if it looks pixelated, I don't know if it's the bitrate. The bitrate's pretty high already. It's at 6,000.
Okay, time for some combat. We can start by firing your weapon. Go ahead. Take some shots.
Oh. It really does feel like the Apex Legends gun control.
Check them all out. There you go. Nice shooting. Now try it with the scope.
I already did try it with this. I already did that. Oh, whoa. Whoa. Technology.
Now try the grenade.
I'm going to do the tutorial and then we're going to Twitch, guys. Okay, we're going to move to Twitch. Imagine if my OBS dies. Oh, I have to...
Try it with the grenade.
Alright, man. Alright. What? Oh. Wow.
Fantastic. Not bad.
Wow, technology. Wow. You know what's funny? This is something I didn't mention in my video, but at some point during the development, they wanted to do a single-player campaign. The whole thing was such a mess, bro.
Once you're out there, you'll find good weapons, but the rare ones are upgraded. The upgrades
Can I just shoot him to skip?
Weapons marked orange will come with some nice perks. Give it a go.
What? Oh, I have it twice. Shoot targets. I'm so good. I'm so good.
Take that zip line to the next platform.
Sensitivity is kind of all over the place, but
Right, kid. Listen. It's dangerous out there.
Uh-huh.
You can lose yourself or your mate.
Absolutely.
But folks like us don't quite go away, now do we?
Dude, that's so annoying.
We can come back with help. Give it a go.
Multiplier? Oh. It's for ADS. I thought it was like mouse acceleration. Excuse me! Oh my god.
Don't
Pressing
wait too
enter
long,
doesn't
kid.
even work.
It'll make your job much more difficult.
Alright. Oh shit, putting my hand in the Pandora's box.
Well done. Well, that's all for this place. Let's go blow some stuff up, shall we?
Of course, dude, of course. I'm pretty sure the tutorial's mandatory, right? Pretty sure it's one of those games where you have to... Sorry, yeah, I can't skip it. I was gonna play this shit off stream. I just downloaded the game, that's all. But yeah, we're gonna do this, then move on to Twitch.
Listen up. I'm on the other side of this wall. You'll need to break it to reach me.
Oh, this is like to destroy bases and shit, right?
Now the shop is open. Step right up. You
Okay.
don't have any coin to spend yet. Better find some. Go
Whatever,
harvest some
man.
Vesper.
So this whole Vesper thing... Oh, wait. God, they tried to copy Rust so bad. They really weren't lying that Rust was like the inspiration here. But yeah, this mining mechanic thing... What am I doing? Oh, okay.
Try those crystals. Your axe will do the job.
This mining mechanic was like a leftover from their initial survival game that they wanted to do.
That's plenty, kid. Come on back.
That's why it feels out of
Rocket
place.
calling to you. Watch it, buddy. Great. Grab that rocket. Pick up some ammo, too.
Okay.
Right, kid. See those grey walls in the building behind me? Point that rocket and wipe them out.
But I'm already in. Hello? Thoughts on me already being in here?
Too bad. Now,
Okay,
let's
then.
try something else. I'm going to reinforce those walls.
Wow, how dare you.
Reinforced walls are stronger than stone. Your little axe won't do too much if you want to try. Use that gun of yours to finish them off.
Oh.
Or you can always give me more coins than ammo. I do love destruction.
Alright.
Time to move on.
Don't have Twitch, so I'm
Say
rooting
you're
for your
a
mad success here. The
Let's
tutorial
see
makes it
what
seem
power
promising.
You really got. I'll meet you over there.
You don't have to make an account, you can just go and watch, you know? I just want to give back to the people who are still subbed
There's a
there.
few things that makes a
Because I
warden
fucking
a
feel
warden.
bad about that.
Skill, perseverance, passion, and a power that makes the world worth living.
And plus, YouTube doesn't really reward, like,
That power
streams
is what
with
makes
multiple
us
things.
special, unique. Let's see what yours can do. Now's the time to really
Is that a
shine.
koala?
Move up to those walls and show me what you've got.
So YouTube, like, it's really more of a platform where you're meant to just do one thing in your stream. Especially with like a channel like mine where people watch the VOD. My tactical. You mean my Q? Oh yeah. So like on Twitch you can play a game, you can watch videos, you can do reacts, you can do whatever.
Really are
But on YouTube, you're not really
individual
incentivized to do that.
desperately needs us. Now, let's put all the weight behind this one. Let it out, Warden. I know you've got it in you.
Damn. Keep your voice down, man.
Bet you could tear through that whole building like it's paper. Go, Warden. Let loose. You got this.
Am I meant to just do it for everything? Damn. I am.
Well, that's it for me, mate.
Ow.
Ah, there's your ride. Better go catch it. Good luck. I'll see you
My
out
inner
there,
wolf, bro.
Warden.
Oh, he's the guy in my thumbnail. Excuse me, what? Ow! One game of marbles at the end for old time's sake? Oh yes, this will be on Twitch? Maybe. We'll see. Yo, excuse me. The animal you have become. I like the fact of turning into a werewolf. It's edgy. Bro, we're only halfway through the training. Oh my god. Average is the most charitable thing you can say about
The live
Highguard.
area is on the next island.
I cannot believe that on low, a 4090 can barely get 100 FPS. I cannot believe
Now
that.
there's a lot of people who want a piece of that land out there.
Oh yeah, they want a piece of that ass.
It's your job to fight for control. Take out your enemy's base before they take out your own.
I can see what,
We've got
what
some
people.
time at the start. It's best to use it to reinforce some walls.
I can see what people
That
say when they
will
say
help protect your
uninspired
base.
art direction. I can totally understand that. Yeah, it's just. It looks like such a fucking like indie game, you know? It looks like they just really bought a bunch of assets on the
Cut to a
Unreal
wall
Store
to reinforce it with iron.
and they just put it all together. Doesn't feel like they made it themselves. It just looks all over the place. Region Serbia is reporting Procopia has sold over 2.2 million units in 4 days. Bro. Nintendo stock on the Japanese stock market's up 10% because of Procopia. You understand? It's that much of a success. It's making so many people buy a Switch 2. Like me. I have Switch 2 in my fucking
Right,
Amazon cart. I'm
unlock your
literally
base
about to
shields.
press buy, bro.
It's time to get out there and find gear.
I'm this close to buying it, man. Don't test me. Don't test me. I'll pull the trigger. It's up 10% in 1 day.
Remember, you're a warden. No need to run.
Oh,
around
shit.
all the time. Go on, mount up.
Woo!
The most important thing you can find is improved armor. If you come across an armor chest, the blue ones, grab some.
Honestly, the mount's pretty fun.
That's the blue one.
Okay. Nice.
Good. Armor lets you take more hits before going down. It's vital to success. Go find a few more sets.
Yeah, horse feels fun. Longest training ever, bro. I did not know it was gonna be that long. Uma Musume. Damn, how much you need, boy? This game would have done good if it came out like 10 years ago. Yeah. No, let's be kind here. 7 years ago. Yeah. 7 years ago.
Right, now check what you're carrying.
I wish there was a way to play
Your
Concord.
armor packs together. Not a bad idea to hold on to a few sets.
Okay.
Let's grab one more piece.
Almost done with
Try
training,
visiting
guys.
The trader. Flynn will help you out.
Trader can be found in the open world. Harvest Vesper, man. Fuck you! Where's the Vesper at, huh? This would have been good if it was a single-player game. Yeah, sure, the art would have still been uninspired, but it would have been fun anyway. I platonically love you too, Risky Bite. Platonically love all of you. Hope you guys all stay safe. During World War III. Oh, there it is. Man, this game looks so bad, dude. You're such a hater. You're such a hater, bro. Jeff Keighley said this was gonna be
Over here,
revolutionary.
Warden. Let's get you all armored up.
You're such a
Don't forget
hater,
to
bro.
harness some Vesper first, kid. Thanks to me.
All right.
Heads up, Warden. Sorry about this.
I love this part.
The fuck you been sorry? What the
Sorry
fuck?
about that one, mate. I need you to know that if you get taken out like that, the armor you've got on breaks. This is why multiple armor sets is a good idea.
Sorry, man.
Right, enough messing with you.
I had to kill
I
you to
think
show you
you're
the armor's
ready.
breakable.
Choose your spawn point and head back to base.
That's crazy.
Don't forget, my shop carries armor in case you
Man,
need
I don't give a fuck about your shop, bro. Seriously, stop trying to
Listen
peddle
up.
your bullshit.
Storm's forming the shield breaker. Let's move. Right out.
Was that scripted? Yeah, it was.
When the shield breaker appears, that's all that matters. You need that shield breaker to
But
get
then again,
into an enemy base.
every time
so
I
that
die
you
in a
can
game-
wipe them out.
It's scripted. Honestly, I think what killed me was a stream sniper. Am I big enough to complain about stream snipers?
Right. Shield breaker's ready. Grab it.
Hell yeah.
Great.
Oh damn, I can
Now
summon
take
this
the
guy
shield breaker
mid
to the enemy base. Move.
jump.
You're at their base. Find one of the plant points and let the shield breaker do its job.
All right. I will put my sword inside your thing. Wow. That was so cool. Holy. Platonically, yes. I will put my sword inside your shield platonically. Oh, damn. Wait, battery rep. Look at it fucking clipping. Look at it clipping inside the metal, man. Look at this shit. They couldn't even get this right.
Right. Don't
Let's go.
Let's finish the job. Get inside. Listen
Let's
up.
go.
You're looking for generators to destroy. They're usually inside.
You know what's funny? I'll technically be able to, this is real Highguard gameplay, because in a few hours, once this game goes offline, you'll only be able to play by yourself. So I guess I can still launch the game,
That,
right?
mate, is the beating heart of the base. The anchor stone. If you take that out, it's all over in one go. But for now, let's focus on the generators.
Are you fucking serious?
You need 2 to win.
Place thumper charge. I'm how about I place a thumper? How about I thump your face, bro?
That's a generator, mate. All wardens are set up with bombs, so just walk
I'm not
up
your
to
mate,
front.
bro. I'm not your mate.
Nice work. Now you better protect it. Enemies
From
can
who?
defuse your bomb, so you need to make sure it goes off.
Protect it from, it's
Each
a,
generator taken out brings you one step closer to shutting the door on an enemy base.
it's a ghost town. Protect it from who? What an anticlimactic
There we go,
explosion,
Warden.
bro.
Nice job. That's one generator down. Track the base's power.
Why don't they
It's
have
almost out.
bots?
This is the
Protect it
final
from me.
generator to take out this base.
Why does this tutorial not
Find
even
the
have
bomb and
bots?
protect it. And we're counting down. Here we go. This is all you need.
Bro, if you don't get
Get
this
ready,
quick,
Warden.
the beast inside me will get unleashed. The beast inside me is getting angry.
That was fantastic, mate. The vigil made a
Oh my
great
god, an
choice.
achievement.
Then
I got an
enemy
achievement.
dad.
I think you're ready, kid.
I got an achievement.
Warden of Highguard.
Well said. We'll see you out there. Good luck.
Stay hydrated, guys. Would you like to watch a brief advanced training video to learn more about? Hell no. Go fuck yourself. Alright. I have to play 10 matches to get ranked mode? Who the fuck has time for that? No, don't worry. We're done with the fucking tutorials, bro. Alright, I'm gonna key up raid mode 5v5. Alright, listen. Guys, go to my Twitch. Let me get my Twitch link. Actually, first, let me close all these fucking tabs. Bye. Alright. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Yes, I will. Yes, I will pin that. Thank you, Krypton. Thank you, Dea. Thank you for all the mods here. I'm going to be going live on Twitch. It's the pinned message, guys. Thanks so much for watching on YouTube. Much appreciated. It was really fun. It was a shorter stream this time. The topic wasn't that big, but don't worry. I'll be back soon. If something else happens, like I'm back. My voice is back now. I'm good. So hopefully it won't take too long for me to stream again. And who knows, man? Maybe I'll pull the trigger and get Pacopia. And I'll start streaming that on Twitch. Who knows? Love you all so much platonically. I'll be on Twitch. I'll probably play for another hour. Yeah, that's the plan. What time is it? 2 a.m. Yeah, that's good. That's good. All right. Well, it's not really bye just yet since I'll be on Twitch. But yeah, see you later, YouTube. I'm going to go live on Twitch now. I love you so much. Mwah. Platonically. And I already pissed, bro. When I disappeared during the tutorial, it wasn't because the stream went down. It's because I rushed to pee. Anyway, see you guys. Bye.